So I've got a little story about how how not making yourself not making yourself perfectly clear can actually come back and bite you badly on the backside. So one day we hadn't that much work on. We finished off a project and it was a Thursday, so I said, listen, I will fill out the rest of the week for the guys because I don't want to. I was unexpectedly let down on the Thursday where the contractor said, "Okay, that's you for this week. There's no work on Friday. Adios. See you later." But I didn't want to do that to our guys. I wanted them to have a full week's worth of work, and I told them to come into the yard on the Friday morning. I made up some work that didn't really need to be done, but it was good to get it done. So I the plan was we're going to wash down all the vehicles. We're going to clean and tidy, maybe sort some tools in the back of vans, do a full spring clean on the Friday. Handy day, fill out the week, finish off early, 8 hours. Everyone's happy, back to work Monday again. So I met them in the morning, give the instructions. I said, first things first, let's clean the van. And this is where I this is where I made a major fuck up because these guys are from overseas, but their English is good, you know? The English is good. I said, okay, the van, I want it spotless, I want it washed inside, and I want it washed outside. So I've got the hose set up for them, set the water up, I've set the soap and everything, and I've had to run off to a meeting, so off I go, everything's sorted, no stress. So I come back, the van is absolutely spotless. They done a fantastic job of cleaning it. Literally, I'm like, wow, this is well cleaned. But I started to sense a bit of a problem when I jumped into the front of the van, because I had to move it away from the power washing area and pull the next vehicle in. I went to turn the key and it wouldn't start, and then I noticed a pool of water on the floor of the van, so I'm like, oh my god, Brendan, please no, please no. So I called one of them over and I said, by any chance, did you power wash the inside of the van as well? And I knew by his face that's what they had done. They had fully power washed the dashboard, the windscreen, everything bar the seats. They knew not to wet the cloth, but they did not, it didn't register not to wash the electronics. So yeah, what the fuck could I say? The van has been fucked since. It hasn't turned a wheel. It was written off that day. It was water damaged, and yeah, it was a costly mistake, but literally supervision, that's why it costs so much, because it can save you a lot in the long run. It's laughable now, but I was not laughing at the time, but at the same time I didn't want to make them feel any worse than they did. And that, you know, that brings me on to another topic. The problem was not the problem. Usually the problem is not the problem. It's a problem how somebody reacts to the problem. When I told him that literally what he had done had cost the van to be a write-off, his reaction was, he was genuinely upset. He was stressed. He did not, his intentions were pure at this, you know, to do a good job cleaning the van. He just didn't know that it was going to do more harm than good. So listen, I didn't make a big deal out of it. You know, I tried to make it as we downplay it as much as I could, but it was a big hit. Now, if I had explained it to them and they were like, well, oh, you should have told me, fuck, how would I know, it's not my, you know, that sort of an attitude would have been a bigger problem than the actual problem. His attitude was like, what can I do to fix it? Can I help you in any way? And I was just like, listen, it's okay, I'll sort it out, but just just we need to, you know, try to get it back on the next one. And lesson learned. If you've learned it and never do it again, happy days. But yeah, nightmare at the time.